Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be doing my music, movies, and TV show wrap-ups for the months of December and January. For whatever reason, I just completely forgot to post or even film a wrap-up for December in terms of this stuff, so I decided I'm just going to combine it with January. So I feel like, especially like in December, there wasn't a lot of stuff going on TV show wise or music, I should say, but nevertheless, January was a good start with all of that. I feel like it was definitely, January was the month of TV shows without a doubt. So I'll kind of go into all of that stuff. So starting out with music, I first have Christmas Tree Farm by Taylor Swift. This obviously came out in December and I really liked it. I wasn't expecting to get a Christmas song, and I know that was one she wrote and like released within a week of it, so I thought that was really neat. You got to see the writing process behind it, but I think it's just a really cute Christmas song. There's a lot of imagery in there, and I think like I put it in our Christmas like vlog that I do for the family, so it was just fun, and it's just giving you the feeling you get at Christmas time where it's just you're happy to be with everyone and just that feeling, and kind of going back to when things were a little bit more simpler. I really liked the message behind that one. And then the next one would be LA by Kelsea Ballerini. I'm so excited for her new album to be coming out March 20th, I want to say. I don't know, coming out in March, I know that for sure, but I'm super excited. So this was her newest release that came out towards the end of January, and I really like this one. It's very acoustic, so I liked that as well. And I don't know, like I feel like for the ones where she's talking about how her favorites, like she has famous friends and she's like, I don't know if they will come and like talk to me, like that wasn't very relatable, but kind of the anxiety you get when you feel like you're out of your league, I kind of get that. Like I feel like that a lot, especially at school. Like I feel like I'm never smart enough to be where I am, and just kind of the anxiety there. So I really loved this song. I'm kind of looking at my notes here. And then also Taylor Swift at the end of the month released Only the Young in correlation to the Miss Americana documentary. I still haven't seen it yet. Today I'm filming this on the 3rd, so I probably will watch like the first half during lunch today, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to finish it during my lunch. But I've heard great things about it. My sister even liked it too, so I'm really excited for it. But I really love this song. I think it's a really good rally cry and kind of fighting fascism and all that. So I'm very happy that she has found her political voice and she's not scared about how her standing up for what she believes in will like impact those around her. Like she doesn't care about that anymore, and I think that's important. But I love this song, even though it was released only one day in January, like at the end of January, I still like listened to it on repeat. That's how much I loved it. And then kind of just two miscellaneous ones. I really loved Honeybee by The Head and the Heart. I just found this one on YouTube. It was just on my homepage and I was like, oh okay, because I know a couple of their songs, but I really like this one. I will have it linked down below, but it's just one you need to listen to. I love like the piano in the beginning. It's fun to play on guitar too, so I really like that one. And then lastly, it is Big Black Car by, I think it's like Gregory Allen something. But yeah, I like this one too. It's another one that showed up on my YouTube page for whatever reason as like suggested. But yeah, I really like it as well. It's like a good mellow song if you're just like driving in your car and like the sun is setting. It like totally gives you that vibe. So there weren't that many music selections that came out over these past 2 months, but these ones were definitely the highlights for me. Alrighty, so I have my little notebook here, and because like I said, December but mostly January were the months of TV shows for whatever reason. But basically this was actually the series finale for Madam Secretary was on my birthday, and I was so sad. I really loved that show. Like that was something like we as a family would always watch together. I remember we went to the Smoky Mountains as a vacation, and then we would watch this like in the evening after we had dinner. We came back, like that was our like family time. We would watch the show together. So I was really sad it was ending, but I felt like it ended on a good note. It really does kind of highlight American politics, and it makes it, this is like, I wish it were like that. So I think it's regardless of where you are kind of politically along the spectrum, I think everyone can relate to it, and I do love the feminism behind this show. So I was very sad it ended, but my sister is because I don't know if it plays in Toronto or like in Canada, I don't know if it's there, but she's not able to watch it on Netflix, so she's behind. So like whenever she's home, she kind of marathons through. So I think she's started season 5, so like she still has season 5 and then the 10 or so episodes that were in season 6, so like I can watch it here and there, but that's definitely a show that I want to go back and rewatch from the beginning. Me and my parents binge watched the latest season of Grace and Frankie that came out on the 15th of January, I want to say, and we literally finished it within a day. Like within 24 hours we just marathon through them. It's just a fun show to watch, and I don't know, like it's like The Office, where you don't really have to, like, there's just something about it where it's like you're not stressed about it, you can just watch and just enjoy yourself, and it doesn't really like stress you out that much. Like it just helps you relax. And so I'm curious to see what the last season has in store. It ended quite on the cliffhanger, so I'm interested to see how that is. But I just love the show. I love the strong female friendships in here. It's me and my sister joke that that's going to be us when we're older. I'm a little bit more uptight, and Leah would be more like Frankie. But it's just a fun show to watch, and they're so funny. They were on Ellen. I'm sure you guys probably saw it, but they were on Ellen too, and that was really funny. We finally finished, my parents and I, the 3rd season of The Crown. We kind of watched it on and off since it came out in November, and I think like timing wise, like we had family over Thanksgiving, like December was crazy, so we finally finished that. But I really loved this season. I felt like I would have liked to see more screen time with like Princess Margaret's character, and I know they kind of jump around on storylines on who they focus, and I think it was the second one that focused on Princess Margaret, and I really liked that episode. But I'm interested to see what season 4 has in store. They just take so long to make, so I don't even know when the 4th one will be coming out. But this is just it's interesting from a historical perspective, the stuff that it talks about, and it really does a good job at showing like being like, I would never want to be royal, and I think it shows that like being royal isn't what it's cracked up to be. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought the new cast did a really good job, so I really liked that. I started watching Schitt's Creek on Netflix. I'm almost done season 2. It's kind of took a break. Like I was marathoning it in the beginning of January, and then I kind of switched over to another show, but I really like it. It's just a fun show to watch, and it's actually filmed like 10 minutes from my hometown in Toronto, so like I know where I know that location, like I've been to that town, so it's funny to see that. But yeah, I really like it. It's funny. Definitely a fun show if you're looking for like a shorter 20-minute show. It's a nice one to watch. It's funny. Yeah, I love it. And then lastly, I finished part 3 of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina in preparation for it coming out towards the end of January. I like binged watched the first 2 seasons, and I love this season. I thought it was really good. I felt the pacing was a bit more kind of uniform throughout this season. I really loved season 2, but I felt like the plot kind of was like fast stop. I felt like it was kind of jagged in that sense, but I still really love this season. My brother watches it here and there, like whenever it's on, and he's like, some of it's weird, and I agree, like some of the stuff is a little bit weird, but the show doesn't take themselves too seriously, which I think makes it work. But yeah, we watched, like, if you've seen the 7th episode in part 3, we're like, oh my god. And yeah. But yeah, I'm curious to see again with this one what the direction's going for part 4. It will just be very interesting. But I really love the themes that this TV show explores, just kind of consent, feminism, misogyny, kind of religion as a form of taking control over people, especially women. I love how it kind of draws out those themes. So yeah, I finished that one really quickly as well. So let's head on to the movies. Alrighty everyone, so as always you can follow me at LexieDM14 on Letterboxd, so let's go ahead and get started. So December marked the month of a lot of movies for me, and a lot of them were Christmas related, so I won't spend too much time on them because I think we all know a lot of the Christmas movies, but we watched the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer kind of stop motion one, and I haven't seen this one in a really long time, and I just remember watching it as a kid and being terrified by the snow monster and all that, but it was nostalgic watching it. It just reminded me so much of being a kid, and it's cute, so I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. We then watched Olaf's Frozen Adventure, which I saw in theaters when it played along with Coco coming out a few years ago, and yeah, I forgot how funny it was. My family actually really liked it too. They enjoyed it, so that made my day. But yeah, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars, and then on that same day, these two we watched on my birthday. But we ended up watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Again, it was so long. It has been so long since I've seen this, so it was funny seeing it again, and then especially because I'm so familiar with the Jim Carrey version, I forgot how much of some of the narration transferred, so it was nice to see that again, especially watching this as an adult, so I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. On the 14th, I watched my favorite Christmas movie of all time next to How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the live action one, but yeah, I love this movie so much. Over this Christmas season, I watched it 3 times. That's how much I love it, so of course I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I love it so much. Yeah, I just love the characters, I love the score, I love everything about this movie. I then watched Noelle, which was the new Christmas movie on Disney Plus, and I liked it. It wasn't amazing, but I still really enjoyed it. I think Anna Kendrick really made the movie for me. I felt like the supporting cast was really lacking, but that's why I said I enjoyed Anna Kendrick's performance, and I think that's why I kind of enjoyed it a little bit more, but I felt like the supporting cast was just lacking, but Anna Kendrick just carried that movie. My parents wanted to watch Christmas Vacation, and I find these movies to be incredibly, incredibly problematic. Yeah, there's unnecessary nudity in here, just the sexualization of women I find to be very I can even make this a 0.5 star. Perfect. That's how much I just don't like this movie. I think it's very problematic. I think it's sexist, and yeah, I hate this movie. And then we watched The Holiday. It's my Christmas Eve tradition. When I'm getting ready, I always will watch The Holiday. So as I was doing my hair, I watched this again. And then when we were at my aunt's, we all watched this one again. Like I said, this is probably my favorite. Next to The Holiday, this is my favorite movie. I remember seeing this as a kid in the theaters. That's it makes me feel old, but yeah, I really love this movie. I love Where Are You Christmas, all of that stuff. But yeah, then we started the Harry Potter marathon. Well, my dad had the flu. He was patient 0, and he gave everyone else the flu. So they started watching Harry Potter without us, so I only saw a couple of them here and there. But we watched Harry Potter in the prison. We actually, well, I think about it, we watched all of my favorites, so that works out. We watched The Prisoner of Azkaban, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. So like I said, these ones are my favorites, so I really can't complain about that. Going into January, we watched Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. This movie always takes me by surprise because when I saw it the first time, I wasn't expecting it to be so funny. I still haven't seen the new one yet, but I definitely will. And once it comes out, I'll probably get it from the library. But yeah, I still enjoyed it. 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's funny. Then for me and my friend for our book club, she reads this every year at Christmas time, is Let It Snow, and so we watched the Netflix movie version adaptation of it, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the book. I really hated the book, but I did enjoy the movie a little bit better. I think it kind of changed some things that made it more relevant. So I will say, like, the movie isn't bad. I'm just not a fan of the storyline, and I have a hard time really relating to teenage drama. But yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just not really something that I enjoyed. And then I finally saw Little Women in the theaters, and oh my goodness, you guys, I do have a review which I'll have it linked up below, but I loved it so much. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I saw this with my sister, so I thought it was really fitting, but I really loved the acting in here. I loved everything about it. I did find that the pacing for the first half, or like the first like half an hour or so, was a little bit slow, and that's why I gave it I knocked it down half, but I still very much enjoyed it. It's probably one of my favorite movies that I've seen in a while. And then so moving on, my dad has been working his way through the Marvel movies in chronological order because he still hasn't seen Endgame. So we ended up watching Thor Ragnarok, which is a little bit weird, but its weirdness works. And it was good seeing it again because I only saw it the once when I saw it in theaters with my brother. And I didn't realize how like much it tied in with Infinity War, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then we watched Infinity War, which this was my first time seeing it since I saw it in theaters, and I think I like this one more than Endgame because I feel like it did a really good job at kind of showing the different like storylines and interweaving them together. Like I felt like it was more there was more plot to this one, so yeah, I liked it. It's fun. It's interesting watching it knowing how it ends, like in hindsight. So yeah, but other than that, I enjoyed watching it with my family. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you've been watching and listening to this month and all that fun stuff. I'm always up for new suggestions. I'm more of a TV show person, but if you have any TV show or movies or music suggestions that you think I would like, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.